All right, now we're going to look at the second part of the male reproductive system. We're going to look at the external anatomy of the male reproductive system. First part is the penis, right? And there's two parts of the penis. You have the head of the penis, right, which I made it in yellow for you. And you have the long shaft of the penis, which is in beige, right? On the head of the penis, also known as the glands of the penis, there's an opening called the urethral orifice. An orifice is just an opening, right? And if you look at the term urethral, what's going to go through this urethral orifice, right, is sperm and urine. And of course semen, which I didn't put in for you, but I'll write it. And I'm just going to write semen too. We're going to talk about those differences in a few, right? And if you look at the bottom part of the male reproductive system, right? Again, this is an inferior view, right? We have the scrotum. Now, the scrotum is actually below the penis, right? And it contains the testes. And what's the function of the testes? Well, one of which is it produces and stores sperm. In fact, the testes, right, are actually about 3 degrees Fahrenheit less than the body temperature. That's to make sure that sperm is alive. Remember, sperm can't survive at our body temperature. At around the 9th month of development, your testes, if you're a male, will descend into the scrotal sac over here in brown, right? If it does not descend, you go into a condition, you are actually considered infertile, all right? And that's a condition called cryptorchidism, right? And that's the failure of your testes, failures of testes to descend into scrotum, scrotal sac, we'll say, right? And I have it written down for you over here. The scrotum, again, is below the testes, and normally during development, the testes descend into the scrotal sac around month 9 of development, right? Let's talk about this region here called the prepuce, right? And this is actually also known as the foreskin. I highlighted this in orange for you, right? And most foreskins in the United States, actually I think it's about 50-50. I don't know the statistics offhand. If you remove the foreskin, that's a process called circumcision, right? It's done typically in many religious cultures, and sometimes there is some health preference in doing this. It hasn't really been proven yet in a number of studies, but there's a lot of theory behind on why the foreskin is removed in a process called circumcision. Let's go over here. Let's look at this penis right over here, and let's just look at the penis. This is again an inferior view. Remember, this here's the hip bone, right? This is part of the hip bone. And if you look right over here, there are 2 superior portions that are in red called the corpus cavernosum, or cavernosa for plural, right? And there's an inferior portion in orange in this diagram called the corpus spongiosum. Corpus means body. What goes through this corpus spongiosum is the urethral canal, right? And what goes through the urethral canal? Sperm and urine. Here's another diagram. Let's say we take a picture, we take this penis, and we kind of just hack it over here, right? And we get the cross-section view, right? Again, on the superior portion of this penis, this is a cross-section now, right, of the penis over here. All I did was we cut the penis over here, and now the penis is coming out of the page, right? And there's two parts to the penis. There's the superior portion, which actually has the two corpus cavernosum, right? And we have something, the inferior portion, which is called the corpus spongiosum. Now again, it is not naturally green or yet naturally yellow. I am just highlighting this to make it explicit, right? And the corpus spongiosum contains the urethral canal. And the urethral canal, of course, has urine coming out of it and sperm. Here is another diagram, right, of the same cross-section I showed you before. I highlighted in yellow here the corpus cavernosa, and I highlighted what's in blue, the urethral canal. I'm sorry, I highlighted what's in blue, that's the corpus cavernosum, and the corpus cavernosum surrounds the urethral canal, which is now in red.